Darkness rises, and light to meet it.
I am Seviss Vaa, Sith Lord and trusted servant of Lord Kaan. I have studied many ancient texts, including Naga SAdow's writings on Sith alchemy, and have visited the ruins of several Sith temples. You wish to know about the worlds of the Sith Empire. There were many, well over 100 that were habitable, and the Sith controlled the riches of 1,000 species. Under Lord Kaan's guidance, we shall undoubtedly reclaim all these planets, and many more. My research is ongoing, but I will share what I know of the major worlds. The best known planet is Korriban in the Horisset system, the ancestral home of the Sith. An arid desert planet, Korriban is the tomb world of the Sith Lords and the former power base of the Sith Order. The massive temples that were carved out of the rocky cliff walls of Korriban's Valley of the Dark Lords contain the mummified remains of the most illustrious Sith Lords, as well as treasures that remain well protected by ferocious creatures and intricate traps. Because the power of the dark side transcends the simple biological functions and spatial fluctuations of existence, it is not surprising that Korriban is home to many restless spirits. But Korriban was not always a necropolis. Long before the arrival of the Jedi exiles, it was the homeworld of the ancient Sith civilization. More than 25,000 years ago, the Sith were unified by the long-lived King Adas, who led the revolt against Rakata invaders, and subsequently acquired Rakatan technology. Although the Sith were victorious under King Adas' rule, Korriban was so devastated by the Rakata that most Sith chose to relocate to Ziost. During the relocation, Ziost was a thickly forested world, but it eventually yielded to an ice age that leveled the vast woodlands, as well as most evidence of civilization. The towering Sith Citadel is among the few remaining structures, and it was adopted as the central meeting place for the original Sith Lords, those exiles of the Jedi Order, who found their way to Sith space following the 100-Year War. Now, according to records, the Sith Lords might have gained greater knowledge of their subjects from an ancient Sith library temple on Kresh II. Apparently, this library housed holocrons and artifacts about the Sith species, but ruins on Kresh II have yet to be identified as a library, and its collections may have long turned to dust. Would Lord Kaan have allowed that? I think not. Although the Sith species were experienced builders of monumental architecture, they certainly benefited from the instruction of the Sith Lords. Travelers of Sith space will find significant Sith temples on various worlds, including some in the Thule and Thura systems. So far, I have shared my knowledge of these temples with only Lord Kaan. If you can convince me of your sincere devotion to the Sith, I might be persuaded to provide coordinates for one of these temples. But be advised that most expeditions result in fatalities. The Sith Lord Ludo Kresh's private fortress was on the Sith world Relg. Kresh's rival for the title of Dark Lord of the Sith was Naga SAdow, who had a fortress on Cardelba, but also kept a secret fortress in a crater on Cardelba's moon, Karshian. According to legend, SAdow's lunar stronghold was his primary fortress, and the Cardelba structure merely served as a decoy to Kresh's attacking forces. SAdow must have preferred locations where sunlight never reached, for both his former properties can only be visited with an ample supply of glow rods. Those who venture to explore these dark environs may gain nothing more than a better appreciation for ancient construction methods, but I personally found the Karshin ruins to be extremely enlightening. Just prior to the Great Hyperspace War, the Sith Lord Garou lost or abandoned the holocron of King Aras on the planet Ashasri. This was the same holocron that was eventually recovered by the renegade Jedi Freedon Nadd, and which helped him conquer the planet Onderon. Now, I have yet to visit Ashasri, but various Sith texts stress that it is an insignificant world. Tragically, many once prominent Sith worlds, including Ziost, Cardelba, and Karshian, went the way of Ashasri, as all were largely stripped of their relics by Republic forces after the Great Hyperspace War. Perhaps the greatest loss during that period was Vishas Tuan, an ancient Sith library on the Sith world Arcania. For destroying our history, all Jedi deserve the painful death Lord Kaan can conceive. Since the formation of the Brotherhood of Darkness, many worlds have become sites for Sith training. Those with noticeable but limited ability in the Force are sent to Hongur, Hintis, or Gamor to become Sith warriors or marauders. There they learn to channel their emotions into mindless rage and battle fury. Our alchemists transform them into ravaging beasts of destruction to let loose upon our enemies. But those with greater ability are sent to Ryloth, Umbara, and Nar Shaddaa. These students learn to use the dark side for secrecy, deception, and manipulation. Those who survive the intense training become unstoppable assassins who can use the dark side to kill their targets without moving a muscle. Both Dathomir and Iridonia currently have Sith academies where apprentices study under Sith masters. Successful trainees become the counterparts to the Jedi Knights and swell the ranks of our armies. But just as the Jedi Knights must answer to their Jedi Masters, so do our own adepts and acolytes answer to the Sith Lords. Those with the potential to become Sith Lords are trained on Korriban. Duty calls, but I will speak of more worlds at my earliest opportunity. Long live the Brotherhood. Join me next time as we discuss the fall of the Sith Empire. Don't forget to check out my Rancor report where we discuss what's trending in pop culture, gaming and Star Wars news, reviews, theories, and clues. Listen, I do what I love. I hope you love what I do. This has been Lore and Legends. Until next time.